Everyone's calling Pompeii, the Legacy, the next Caesar III. Wrong. After 50 hours in both, it barely holds a candle to the classic, and anyone telling you otherwise hasn't played enough. This game is a city builder focused on rebuilding the titular city from the ashes, guiding it through centuries of Roman politics, trade, and even optional real-time battles. But where Caesar III feels like a tightly wound clock, Pompeii, the Legacy struggles to find its rhythm and often just feels stretched. Here's where they split. Caesar III masterfully guides your progression with clear goals and escalating challenges. You expand, optimize, and react to specific demands. Pompeii, the Legacy, however, makes you rebuild a city that has already been destroyed, which sounds like an interesting premise, but it quickly devolves into a leisurely, no-rush experience. Reviewers often praise its laid-back pace, but this comes at the cost of urgency and meaningful decision-making. While the older game pushes you to strategize every placement and production chain, this one hands you resources almost too freely. Players specifically complain that you will never want for resources, and that the game offers nothing new to the Roman city genre, which is a damning criticism for a game trying to stand out. Real quick, most gaming channels pad their reviews to 20 minutes. I keep mine short and honest. If that's your thing, subscribe. Okay, back to it. Now, this is where it clicks, or rather, where it distinctly doesn't. Pompeii, the Legacy attempts depth with intricate management, production chains, and trading, praised by some as very immersive and having a vast technology tree. But other players note the trade also seems to be rather simplified, which feels like a fundamental disconnect. One reviewer loved that it doesn't add a lot of political balancing, while the store description promises politics, intrigue, and survival. This game's core systems contradict themselves based on player experience, suggesting a lack of cohesive vision. You can spread settlements and merge them, reminiscent of Civ City, Rome, but the impact of these actions often feels muted compared to the immediate feedback of the genre's titans. The game aims for a grounded, historically accurate approach, but this often translates to a slow burn that lacks the decisive tactical choices many city builder fans crave. Now, the problems. Performance is garbage. Several players report it runs worse than much more demanding games, specifically mentioning that the Walex engine used here, also in Patron and Aquatico, simply isn't optimized. This isn't a small bug, it's a fundamental flaw that makes the experience frustrating. Beyond the technical issues, the core gameplay loop is too easy and too prolonged. Researching and expanding takes forever without providing a commensurate sense of accomplishment. While the graphics are sharp and pleasing, as some reviewers note, they do little to alleviate the pervasive feeling of tedium. The game has an interesting story, but it struggles to provide the challenging, interlocking systems that make city builders truly engaging, leaving many players stating they would rather play a classic like Caesar III than return to this. So should you actually play this? If you're a builder-inclined player who wants a slow, no-rush Roman city builder with pleasing graphics and doesn't mind a lack of challenge or significant trade political depth, Pompeii, the Legacy might scratch an itch. If you demand tight optimization, strategic depth, and the intense satisfaction of overcoming escalating challenges that define the genre, stick with Caesar III. This game has promise and the dedication of a solo developer, but it falls short of truly threatening the classics. If this helped, drop a like and subscribe. See you in the next one.